So I want to sort of challenge your beliefs about something here. If you're someone who believes in the concept of a deload week, I don't. I never have. It's never made sense to me. It still doesn't make sense to me. And I recently unearthed a study into this very concept. Well, let me explain what a deload is. Basically, you take a week in your training where you back off the volume, less sets, or you back off the intensity, or both. So if you're training to failure, you'll train reps away from failure, you'll do less sets. And the whole theory is basically you'll resensitize your muscles for new gains in the future with this deload week, okay? So check out this study. The two groups, and one group was traditional. They trained for 9 weeks straight, no deload. The other group took a deload week in the middle, so there's 4 weeks of training, week 5 deload, and then 4 weeks of training again. And they compared the results in size and strength. Well, the difference was basically in size, there was no difference. So obviously the deload didn't resensitize muscles and they didn't gain more muscle mass, the very least we can say. But we can look at strength for a further clue. So they were testing the 1 rep max of the squats in both groups. The group that just kept training straight for 9 weeks were up an extra 10 pounds on their 1 rep max. So the deload week actually held them back. This certainly didn't help. It was a hindrance, which has always been my idea. This is going to hinder your progress, it's not a help. Don't get me wrong here, this is not to say that your body doesn't need recovery. It does, and it needs full systemic recovery every so often, but the very least that I would recommend you do that is 10 weeks. Or perhaps 3 months. You keep training straight for that amount of time. And then if you're going to rest. Don't do a deload week. What's the point? Let your muscles fully recuperate by taking a full week off. But also, just listen to your body. Look at your results. Are you still getting stronger at the end of 10 weeks? Do you feel okay? Because if you do, just keep going. You might get to the end of 20 weeks before you notice that you're starting to maybe plateau in certain lifts and you don't feel so good, you're tired all the time. Then it's time for a week of full systemic recovery. Forget the deload, it's not a good concept, it never was and it never will be. It's sort of pointless.